set up controls, get into settings, controls. Be sure you turn this to advanced if it's not already. View options, turn off combat autoface camera, leave on combat autoface avatar. Go down to move keys. ASWD is for moving around. We'll get into more about how all that's going to work in a bit. Auto run E. Crouch Z, sit X. Not really all that important. Targeting keys. We can just get rid of the ones that Q, select nearest NPC. Tab, select next NPC, and the rest of these are irrelevant other than group members. Hotbar settings, you want ranged auto attack and melee auto attack as 1 and 2 keys. That's real important. Outside of that, your hotbars can be set up any way you want. Let me get that guy. There we go. Set up any way you want. Really not using anything but the 1 and 2 key, and we're clicking everything else. And we got another one, don't we? Alright, so when I'm not in an encounter, I can tab freely all over the place. As soon as I grab an encounter, though, doesn't matter what what I can see outside of this encounter. I can only tab through these. Because I've got target nearest, say I wanted to pick up this encounter on the pole, I can get close to him, target nearest, I've got that encounter. And that allows you, to pick up encounters a lot quicker, a lot easier if you're passing through. Outside of that, if you're looking to pick up encounters at range from what you've already picked up, you can push your camera forward, target nearest, and you'll pick them up. So once you're all set up, it's a good idea to kind of just practice with these keys, tab targets and target next, target nearest, pull some gray mobs and get used to stacking, all that kind of stuff. I'll just show you a little bit of what it looks like pulling with this setup. With a single, like that guy there, he's only 1 within the encounter. You can tab to the next off of that. But it's multiple mobs within an encounter that you can't tab off of. So if I was to try to pull a group of bears here, I would be, you can see my keys, the keys that I'm using and pushing to pull them. I'm still able to talk. I'm pushing the middle mouse button like I'm in game. Kind of a muscle memory thing. I don't need to push it because I'm not in game voice right now. In a minute we'll get we'll talk about stacking multiple encounters. That's another big part of all of this. But yeah, that's how you pull. Another thing, after the pull, when you're moving through, you can hit escape. That'll turn off your auto attack, and that'll keep you moving forward. You don't have that wonky camera autoface crap going on, so you can kind of move a little bit quicker towards your next target. See how I got him targeted and my avatar's facing back. If I hit escape, I can just immediately turn around and aim for my next pickup for this pull. So I think that's all the bears, isn't it? I'm going to run these off. Alright, stacking pulls. Like, you get a ton of pulls. Number one, you don't want the mobs on your back. If they're on your back, you can't dodge, parry, block, defend, all that stuff. So it's basically mobs getting free hits on you. On top of that, if you got scouts in your group, they want to just work through the pole, all the mobs that you piled up efficiently from the outside in. So if you get all the mobs in front of you and as tight as possible, it's more efficient killing for the group as a whole, or the raid as a whole. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to pull a bunch of crap. Alright, so I got these mobs. They're scattered everywhere. They're all around me here. I'm going to center on one. I'm going to pick this guy right here. Now you see how that guy on the left moved off to the side? I'm making a circle around this guy right here. Okay, I don't want this guy to move. If this guy doesn't move and this guy doesn't move, everything else that does move will stack right on top of him. And I do that in a V motion. I want this guy to move, so I'm going to move over to here, somewhere in this area. Just enough to get him to step. Same thing over here. So if I go here, see how he stacked up? And if I go here, see how he stacked in? That's tighter for the scouts. You see what I mean? So the scouts can just work in through the encounter to me. Do that again for you. Get these guys to scatter. Yeah, see, they're scattered all over the place here. So I'm going to pick one to make the point of my triangle. I'll pick this guy. So I stack on him, and it looks like they stack pretty good there, but I'm going to stack him a little bit more. He's in there now. He's in there now. That's a pretty stack. You see what I mean? Scouts would love to work through that. I'll pick this guy up too. Why not? I realized as I was running off that last encounter, I didn't really go over right click or left click and the advantages to both. I mean, during, when I'm playing, I'm using both of them constant, and I'm even using nothing in just A and D to turn sometimes. I'm using auto run a ton too. You can roll through here and auto run pull, everything. I can look around with left click while I'm auto running and just use, tap turns with A and D while I'm looking around for my next target. I can click target. I don't have to tab target or whatever if I want to just grab something that's far off and I want to bow shot it, you know what I mean? I don't know why that bow shot didn't hit or didn't fire off right away. Yeah, so, left click, you can look around while you're auto running, or if you just push it forward and running, you can still do the same thing. And right click obviously will turn, if you want to look back and look cool or whatever. Yeah, so left click, right click, those are two different things. Turning camera, turning avatar. And both have a place. The more you mess around with this and play around with this, the better you get at all of that, and the more you'll see the advantages and disadvantages of each.